Immunosuppression prevalence doubled, linked to medication use and COVID. Chat, we've already gone through a lot of times on these streams the problems, the dangers, the hazards, the outcomes, negative outcomes of COVID and of the, not of COVID itself, but of the forced response to it. COVID itself appears to have been mostly, people did die from it, I'm sure, like old people who would have died from the flu that year most likely. But with the exception of those, and perhaps some outliers near the beginning who would not have died without COVID, it hasn't actually been that bad. The virus itself, after the first 6 months or so, it didn't kill anyone who probably wouldn't have died anyway. And yet the response to it, the more we learn about the response, the more it seems like the way that we responded to the virus has been more dangerous than the virus itself. And that I expect that was intentional. Our societies are not, or at least the successful, the little like bright spots in our societies where science and good sense actually reign free, even if they don't have the power to actually exert themselves, but where people are aware of what the correct science is and aware of what the correct common sense policies are better than ever, I strongly suspect. The problem is that they are surrounded by just this fucking black tar, which is just ruining everything with corruption and evil. And that's what's controlling things, sadly. But there is great potential. In 2021, an estimated 6.6% of US adults were immunosuppressed, meaning that their immune systems were less active. The estimate was 2.7% in 2023, so less than half. And this is the kind of thing that I would guess it could happen for a lot of reasons, but I would guess that it would happen if you were not, like, this would definitely happen if you did not go with the herd immunity route. If you didn't go with the route of the virus is not that dangerous right now, better that you get it and get natural immunity to it, you would end up with a more immunosuppressed population, or a population with a less useful immune system to the particular virus. Between 2013 and 2021, rates of immunosuppression in adults have doubled, according to estimates from a journal of the American Medical Association. Or perhaps it's not about immunity, perhaps it's more about actual chemical changes, I'm not sure. In 2021, an estimated 6.6% of US adults were immunosuppressed. Quote, this rate of immunosuppression was higher than the previous national estimate of 2.7%, using the 2013 National Health Survey. The researchers estimated immunosuppression prevalence by analyzing National Health Interview Survey results. Specifically, the authors analyzed responses to 5 questions. Over 29,000 individuals are asked if they had a health condition or were taking medication or treatments that would weaken their immune system. They were also asked if they had cancer or malignancy, the type of cancer, and their age at the time of cancer diagnosis. In 2013, over 34,000 people were interviewed, garnering a response from 75% of households. In 2021, only about half the households contacted responded to the survey. It could be that people are just more aware of the problem because it is a survey. It's not actually that useful. Given the documented increase in immunosuppression, studies were needed to understand the causes of this increase, the authors wrote. However, they mentioned that the rise in self-reported immunosuppression may be due to increased use of immunosuppressive medications. The use of adalimumab, a drug used to treat autoimmune conditions, has increased 3.5-fold between 2014 and 2021. So that probably explains it. So do people have more autoimmune conditions? Like, could AIDS just be more prevalent now? I'm not sure if it would be. I'm curious if we can just find out what the cause of this might be. Prevalence could signify progress in science and health. More and more people are being kept alive and are being treated with immunosuppressant agents in the US, and that treatment is extending life, which means that the proportion of the population that is immunosuppressed is increasing. Sure about that. Well, I'm not the expert on this. I don't have the expertise to disagree, I don't think. So I will leave this and move on. But it might be nothing, but it also might be sussy. Might be sussy.